Oh boy. Bear with me 1 second. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I can't seem to go live on Instagram this morning, people. Give me 1 minute here. Sorry about that. Okay, now we can start the show. Unreal. Okay, everybody. Happy Sunday and welcome to the 8th edition of Englishing with Jings. I'll be your host, Brandon Lobshire, and today's subject is school life. As you can see on the live stream on Zoom, not so much here on Instagram. We have the map of the world on the Instagram live. Welcome. It's been an interesting week. Okay, I'm being told that my camera doesn't look right on Instagram. Okay, now I think we should be all set. How's everybody doing today? It is a chilly day here in Serbia. I think it's like 12 degrees out there today, peeps. Not cool. Actually, very cool. But okay, it's a little bit more like it should be. It's the spring season right now. This 27, 28 degrees stuff is not normal as far as I'm concerned. So I welcome these 15, 16 degree days. Perfect in my mind. Okay. As I said, we're simulcasting today, peeps. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, the trifecta. So this means whatever format you're using right now, get on here and comment your questions. We're going to go ahead and answer chat and have live questions and answers right here on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Okay, school life. Oh my goodness, do I miss my school days. Such a great time in my life. I'll just say that I'm a little bit older now, and it's a little bit difficult for me to remember the early years in grade school, but I'm very fond of my time in high school and college. Let's just say that it was probably the best time of my life. As far as, I shouldn't say best time of my life. I think now is the best time of my life because my family life is great. But I'll just say that my school life was always fun. Let's put it this way. Get on here. What's your school routine like? For example, back in the United States, for grade school and for high school, it's basically the same hours. Most children, I think 90%, they go to school between 7:30 and 8 o'clock a.m. and they're usually out of there by 3:30, 4 o'clock p.m. Some a little bit earlier than that, I think, maybe 2:30 or 3. Depends on where you live. But okay, the reason I mentioned this is because I'm living in Serbia now. For those of you that haven't tuned in the first 7 episodes, I'm originally from Chicago in the United States. And now I live in Serbia in Southeast Europe. And I know that they have 2 shifts for school. You have your morning shift and you have your afternoon evening shift, which is slightly different for me. Definitely interesting to me. I thought all around the world, kids go to school in the morning and they get home in the early afternoon, but that's not the case. So that's definitely new for me. Now, having said this, my daughter is still kindergarten. So next year, she will be going into grade school. And I'm still not sure which shift she'll be on. I'm a little weird about the afternoon shift. Picking up my child at 6, 7 in the evening is a little bit strange to me, but okay. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. King Chung Sek has joined. Hello, King Chung Sek. How are you, my friend? I'm going to wave to you, brother. So yeah, that's always been pretty common back in the US to have your classes morning and early afternoon and come home and enjoy the rest of the evening at home with your family. So I can't imagine getting out of school 6, 7 p.m. and basically eating and maybe watching a little bit of television, then going to sleep. Maybe the afternoon evening shift, these kids sleep in a little bit. I don't know. This is new to me. So, but okay. Let's hear some comments. Let's come on live and let's chat about this. I mean, what are your routines? Do you like to skip school? I can say that I definitely skipped school a few times in my school career. Only in high school. And actually it was okay. We have what's known as senior skip days. When you're a senior, you're expected to skip. I know that probably sounds illogical, but it was a tradition in most high schools in the United States. So I did skip. Now, one thing that was really interesting about our situation for school was we had open lunch, which means that when lunchtime came around every single day, we had the option to go outside and eat lunch or just stay in school and eat in the school cafeteria. My friends and I liked to leave the school and go to one of the local fast food places. We had, let's see here, within maybe a 5-minute proximity to our school, we had a Hardee's restaurant. I don't know if anybody in Asia is familiar with Hardee's, but we had Hardee's. We had a Burger King. We had a Kentucky Fried Chicken. And we had a Subway. And we had a Taco Bell that was close. So we could leave and eat and come back. And I did this quite often. I know it's bad. But okay. I was an athlete, so it was no big deal to eat some Taco Bell, Hardee's, Burger King, KFC, and then come back and work it all off during football practice or baseball practice or basketball practice for that matter. I played 3 sports, so no problem. No problem. I don't know. I just wasn't a big fan of the school's lunch program, although it was much healthier than eating at these local fast food restaurants. It just wasn't for me, I suppose. Now, I did have regular home cooked meals at home. My mother was a great chef, great cook. So she prepared meals for us every day. So I received my nutritional values at home, not so much at school. But okay, enough about my school life. And by the way, adults, children, doesn't matter. Come on the panel today and share your stories about school. What was your favorite thing about school? Did you have any favorite subjects? Were you a physical education fan? For the adults, how was your college life? Did you live on campus? Did you live at home and commute to your university? So many different stories and situations when it comes to school. As I said in the promo video, this is a general subject. So everybody's different. everybody had different situations. So I'm really curious to hear how it was for you. Okay. Once again, welcome to the 8th edition of Englishing with Jings. We had a little bit of issues. We had some issues at the beginning. Couldn't get Instagram to go live. Don't know why, but it is now. Today's subject, school life. We're simulcasting YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Pretty cool. If there was any more formats, I think we would be on them too, but we'll just stay with 3 for right now. Okay, I have a comment on the Zoom. I skipped school all the time. People said skipping school means you are intelligent. Interesting. I think that, okay, we have another, okay, first off, I don't know if that means you're intelligent. It means that you're definitely slick. It means that you are definitely a little bit rebellious. At least that's what it would have meant in the United States. I don't know. Okay, so in the world of Asia, if you skip, this means you're intelligent. That means I must have been semi-intelligent. I did skip a few times. So we have another guest on Instagram Live. Looks like, let me see if I can get this one right. Icon. If I'm saying this right, let me know. I'm going to wave to Icon. Hello, Icon. Celia. Okay, we have another guest on Instagram, Celia Hoichi. I skip school all the time. I also skip PE classes. Why? PE is fun, man. Well, okay, here's another question for all of my students from Asia. What do you do in physical education class? I want to know the difference between Asia's PE class and the United States. Like, we did a lot of fun stuff, man. Obviously, we played the general sports. We played basketball, football, baseball, but we played badminton. We played dodgeball. We ran. That wasn't so fun. I wasn't a fan of running. I mean, anything that really pertained to physical education, we did, and I thought it was great. Celia says, I pretended I forgot my uniform and I could escape. I know a lot of people that did that, Celia. That's all you had to do. But here's the thing. If you missed, I'm trying to think of our rules and regulation for physical education class. I think if you missed 3 classes in 1 week, you had to retake the class all over again. You would get an NA. Does not apply for your grade. So that's not good. You need that credit. So most people would skip 2 times a week and just barely slide by. But our physical education teachers were very strict when it came to this rule. So if you forgot your uniform twice in 1 week, you might not pass anyway. You might fail the class. So as I said, I was an athlete, so I loved PE class. But okay, I'm also very educated, so I loved a lot of my subjects as well. It was just fun because I was an athlete and it was an easy passing grade for me. Let's put it that way. Got to have the coffee. Where'd it go? Do I have coffee in my hand right now? There it is. Okay, you can't see this on Instagram, but on the Skype, what am I talking about? On the Zoom, it disappears in my hand. Pretty cool. Okay. We have some panelists now. How about some stories from school? We have Icon. I hope I'm saying this right. We have Icon and hold on. And we have King Chung Sek. Let's hear some stories. How was your school life? How was grade school? How was high school? How was your college life? This is interesting for me because I can compare to how it was in the United States. I know every culture is different. Every country has different situations with school. So this is interesting for me. Okay, so we've talked about physical education so far. Let's talk about favorite subjects. Mine, am I saying this right? Icon? He says, hello, Mr. Lobshire. Hello. What's your favorite subjects, guys? Mine, for example, were definitely math. I know that sounds crazy, but I was good at it. Math, history, and science by far. And now I'm an English teacher, and English was definitely not my favorite subject back at school, but I was okay. Yes. I'm glad to see that I'm correct with names. This is something that I'm really particular about when I'm teaching at my ESL position. I have students from all around the world, so I have to make sure that I say their names correctly. This might sound funny, but I even have a program on my laptop. When somebody reserves a class with me, I enter their name. It's a pronunciation website, and I'm admitting that I cheat. It tells me how to say their name. I'd say 90% of names I can do on my own, but there's always one or two that I struggle with. So thank God for that website. Okay, back to subjects. What's your favorite subject? Which class did you excel in? For me, okay, I had a pretty high grade point average, but okay. Definitely science, math, and history. I really loved history. I loved to learn about the world's history, not just the American history, which was fairly short-lived and easy for me. As you may or may not know, the United States is only 243 years old, so it's still a very young country. But to study ancient history, oh, I loved this. When I was a child, I wanted to be an archaeologist, just like Indiana Jones. That was my dream. And ironically, my daughter does now too. So pretty cool. Okay, Chan, we have another attendee, Chan 88172. Good morning from Europe. Good afternoon in Asia. Thank you for coming. Okay, so hold on. I mostly have Asian students and attendees here on Englishing with Jings. Where are you from, Icon? If you can fill everybody in just a little bit. We aim for everybody all around the world, so it's nice to see. I'm guessing you're not from Asia with the name Icon. I could be wrong. I hope I'm right. If you're still listening. Celia, my favorite subject is design and technology. Little artistic, huh? Icon is from Turkey. Hey guys, first student from Turkey. Yes, this is great. Okay, so it's freezing here in Serbia. It's hot in Hong Kong. I looked. What's the weather like in Turkey today, Icon? I'm curious. I'm guessing warm. 25 maybe. I do have a few students from Turkey that I teach, so I'm familiar with this country. Beautiful country, by the way. I plan to visit there maybe next summer, just so everybody knows. It's raining. Oh, that's terrible. I'm sorry, man. We've had rain for the last 2 days here in Serbia, so I understand. I hate rain. I really do. I can deal with snow. I can deal with heat. He says, and cold a little bit. Yeah, cold and rainy. Ugh. This reminds me of a song from when I was younger, November Rain by Guns N' Roses. The cold November rain. Ugh, I can't stand that. That's probably the worst weather in the world. So I'm sorry to hear that, Icon. Yeah, it's like I said, we're probably hitting about 14 degrees outside right now. I know that's not crazy cold, but not warm, that's for sure. Okay, I know it's warm in Hong Kong this morning, but what's the actual temperature? Icons, I know about this subject. Icon saying it doesn't matter because we're in weekend lockdown. Yeah. This is hey, actually, we're not in lockdown this weekend for the first time in 6 weeks here in Serbia. So thank God for this. But I know about the old lockdown. Thank you, Mr. Corona. Appreciate that. The only reason we're not in lockdown this weekend is because it's a holiday weekend, and our very gracious president here in Serbia gave us Saturday, Sunday off, so we can actually go outside. This is the first time in 6 weeks, so this is great. He's jealous. Hey, man, we've done weekend lockdown 5 weeks in a row, and Friday we were on lockdown, so not a complete free weekend. We were on lockdown from Thursday at 6 p.m. until Saturday at 5 a.m. So a day and a half lockdown. But okay, this is good, right? I mean, it's boring, of course, but this is when the spread happens, man, during the weekend. So this is when everybody wants to go meet up and have social time. So I think this is a good thing. Definitely boring, but okay. This is supposed to slow the spread. And remember, people, always wash your hands for at least 20 seconds under warm water. Practice social distancing, 2 meters apart, and always wear your mask and gloves in public. This is so important right now. I sound like a commercial for the coronavirus epidemic, but damn it, it's important. Okay, people. I'm going to take a break in like 8 minutes. So I haven't received any comments besides Celia about school. Let's hear some school comments. I'm really curious. What time did you guys have to go to school when you were in grade school, high school? What time were you released from school? What are your fondest memories when it comes to school, either in grade school, high school, or even in college? My ears are wide open. King Chung Sek, hello there. I just found a place where I can stop until the car is called Mongkok. I will talk to you first. Okay, I'm here, King Chung Sek. And by the way, it's nice to see you again, brother. But yeah, to everybody on the panel, what really sticks out in your mind? What do you really recall the most when it comes to your time in school? Or if you're a student right now, what's your favorite things about school? What are things that you don't like? I think the only time in school okay, first off, I used to think that school was boring, just like anybody else, but I was good at it. So I was blessed with a good memory. So my memory allowed me to excel in just about every subject that I've ever taken in school. So it was easy for me, but it was boring. And I know that's going to be the most common response. School is boring, of course. Of course, nobody wants to go to school, but it's required. So we might as well take advantage and do the best that we can, right? Okay, Celia, wake up at 6:30 a.m. School starts at 8:30. Okay, that's about the same as what I had in the United States. Assembly and lesson starts at 9. Okay, assembly. Assembly is what we called homeroom at my school, or probably most schools in the United States. Homeroom started at 7:30, and then 8 o'clock you started your classes. 8:10 actually, 8:10 to 9:10, 9:10 to 10:10. 1 hour classes, and you had hold on. They're 55-minute classes. I'm sorry. You had 5 minutes to travel from class to class. So for example, the bell would ring at 8:10 and you had till 8:15 to get to your next subject, your next class. We had revolving classes. So basically you didn't stay in one classroom. You had 7 classrooms every single day. And the only one that I really didn't like was study hall. We had a small study hall right after lunch. Like lunch was 25 minutes, study hall was 30. And you had to sit there and study, and I would just take naps. I'd put my head on my desk and rest, and I definitely got in trouble for that a few times, but that's what I'm talking about, icon. The best thing about school is it's ending. Oh my God. Can you guys remember that feeling when you graduated, either high school or at your university, when you could finally tell yourself, oh my God, it's finally over? That was a glorious feeling. It really was. But okay, you know what? Then it's time to be an adult after that. So that's not so fun either, to be honest. I don't know. Here you are celebrating because school's over, and then you think, oh my God, I'm being thrown into the real world now. So I don't know what's better. I think that it was better when I was a student. I had less responsibilities, really. Celia, when I was in the UK, Celia was in the UK. She must have really good English. I used to have chapel on Mondays. We bite our tongue to wake ourselves up. Oh my God, chapel. Okay, now that we're on the subject of chapel, not only did I go to school, I also went to, well, how would I call it? We called it CCD. So once a week, I had a class where I had to go study religion once a week. So I had religious class too, but it was only once a week for 2 hours, I think. Not so bad. Not so bad. I would definitely bite my tongue to go to this class too, but I came from a huge family and everybody else did it, so I had to too. Celia agrees with Icon. Yeah, exactly. But how did you feel when you had to work and you had to be thrust into the real world after graduation? When I graduated from my university, I thought, this is great. I mean, we had 17 years of school. So I was so glad to be finished with school. But I'm telling you, when I threw my cap into the air at graduation, I knew the real part was coming. That I would have to work full time and pay bills and pay taxes. And oh my God, not cool. Not cool. King Chung Sek, how many days do you go back to school every week? What subject do you study in school? Okay, I'm definitely not in school anymore. I'm an old man. I'm 43. When I went to school, my major at first was accounting, and then I eventually switched it to journalism. So this was my background. I think I excelled in math. Math was definitely my key subject. I was taking advanced math and calculus when I was a junior in high school and senior. So I'm really good with math. I know that probably sounds boring, but I don't know. I'm one of those people that's always crunching numbers in my head. So easy for me, not so easy for others. I know people that really hate math, and I understand it can be boring. There's no doubt. But okay. Celia waiting for it to end still. I mean, it's never going to end. Sorry, Celia. To the day, well, there will be a retirement one day, as long as you're wise with your retirement. Pension. Oh my God. I'm only 22 years away for pension. 22 years. Okay. We all have to do it. This is called being an adult. So I'm not too sad. Just doing my part for society, right? Okay. People, we're only 1 minute away from our first break. And I'll be taking 2 breaks today, just so everybody knows. Another 10-minute break in about, no, I'm sorry. We're still 10 minutes away from first break. I'm not with it today. I'm still half asleep in the bed right now. In 10 minutes, we're taking our first break. And then we'll take another break 30 minutes later. Same thing, 10 minutes. Okay, peeps. 8th edition, Englishing with Jings. I'm your host, Brandon Lobshire. Today's subject, school life. Can you tell well, not so much on Instagram, but in the background here on Zoom, we have a classroom. Tiger, my student, is saying hi on YouTube. He said he likes PE class. You know what class Tiger likes? He likes English. And he's great at it. Tiger, come on. Let these people know how great you are with English, really. Thank you, Icon. Classic coffee cup. Not cardboard, ceramic. King Chung Sek, in the Department of Journalism and Communication, do you have to go out and do internships? Do it alone or a few classmates? We did do internships. And it wasn't so fun. And honestly, I really wish that I wouldn't have chosen journalism and communication for my major, because when I finished with my college, I never went into the field. Okay, my story really fast, not to bore everybody, but I played baseball for 14 years. And what I had planned to do was, and I played baseball all the way into my university, but I ended up having an injury and I couldn't play any longer. So what I planned to do was be a professional baseball player. I know that sounds crazy, but I think I had a small chance, but okay. What happened was I had an injury. I could no longer play. So my idea was I could still stay in the field of athletics by going into sports journalism. And basically, when I graduated, I wanted to work for some major sports outlet. And to do this, you really have to know somebody to get your foot in the door, as we say in the United States. I wasn't willing to work for a local newspaper and make very little money. That's the problem with being a journalist, King Chung Sek. The salary in the United States is really low, unfortunately. So I should have stayed in accounting, because accounting definitely is a very well-paid career. And King Chung Sek is asking, also, you are studying accounting. Why do you do internship from that aspect? I didn't do any internship for accounting. I basically, but I only took accounting for 1 year, my first year of school, because that was my backup career for just in case I didn't make it in baseball. I planned on being a professional baseball player, man. I was a pitcher, and pitchers make the most money in baseball. And I had scouts watching me for a little while there. So I had a shot. Didn't work out. So, but okay. These things happen, and I'm not complaining. My life ended up still becoming great. I love everything about my life. You know, if I would have became a baseball player for a career, I wouldn't know anybody that I know now. I wouldn't be doing this show right now. I wouldn't have my beautiful wife and beautiful daughter. So God is good, right? But okay. Okay, King Chung Sek, I want to ask if I will take you back to school when I scared. I'm not sure about this. Okay, would I be scared to study? I don't think so. No, not at all. I think I could still handle it today. Ooh, we have our first live student. Hello, Tiger. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Haha. How are you, bud?
I'm good.
Excellent. Excellent. What's the plan for today? Anything special?
Yeah, I play with my friends today.
Basketball?
No.
No basketball? I thought sometimes
we
basketball
go,
on Sunday.
we swimming training and hiking onto the mountain.
Ooh, this sounds great.
Yeah,
This sounds really great.
and play video games.
This sounds like a full day. Wow. Okay. Okay. So you're live, as you know. What do you love about school? PE, physical education's your favorite?
Yeah. Because at PE we can play many things.
Okay. 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 Let me ask you this. Do you guys have swimming in PE? Because we did.
Oh my God. Yes. Oh my God. What is that?
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh my.
Here comes the crazy video. Put your video back on. Show the world what you look like, Tiger.
Oh, did you? I will do one thing.
Even if you're green, it's okay.
Wait. Not good. Let me do one thing. Oh no.
Okay. I'm waiting.
Okay.
I see nothing, Tiger. Uh-huh. As everybody can see, there's no gravity in Tiger's room in Taiwan.
Yeah.
So PE. What else do you like about school? What's your other favorite subject?
I like Chinese and English.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Tiger is probably one of my best students when it comes to English. And I'll tell you what, he also has a very nice haircut. You got a haircut. I can see it.
Yes.
Must be nice. Most countries' barber shops are not open right now. So that's lucky. That's lucky. Taiwan, everything's open. You know why? Because Taiwan is one of the safest places in the world right now.
Yeah, we are a big country.
Oh my goodness. How many new cases in the last 4 days, Tiger?
I think 0.
Did you guys hear that? 0 new cases in Taiwan, I think for like 5 days now. Wow. Must be nice. You're so safe. You're so safe. But okay, no more about the coronavirus. So let me ask you this, Tiger. Is English your favorite subject? Do you like English better than Chinese?
Yeah.
Do you really?
So.
So. Opposite of so. Okay. I can tell everybody that Tiger's English is pristine. It's so good. We practice 5 days a week and he is great. And he's going to look at me and say, no, I'm not. But he is. He really is. But okay. And I think everybody has the ability to be as good as Tiger. Super student. And by the way, thank you for becoming normal on your video because it's strange to look at you like this. I'm just saying.
But it is very strange. Like, why?
Well, because you look like you're standing on your head.
Because have many up down things.
It's funny, actually. It's funny, but okay.
I am having silkworm.
Guys, he has his own pet silkworm from school, by the way. And you know what? I knew nothing about silkworms. And Friday, Tiger completely educated me about silkworms. Really cool little creatures. They like to eat magnolia leaves. Magnolia? Did I say it right?
I don't really know the word. That word is very hard.
I'm pretty sure it's magnolia, but okay. Isn't that cool? He has a pet silkworm. I want one. I think they're cute, actually. Okay, maybe later. Tiger, there you go. Uh-oh. You're in the grass right now? It looks like you have grass for hair. Oh, now you're in space. Now you're upside down in space.
This is like very not so strange.
Okay, Tiger, it's actually time for my break, so I have to let you go, buddy. But listen, thank you so much for coming on and have a great day. Enjoy your time hiking and swimming and everything else. Okay?
Okay, and we play video games.
That's the best part, right?
Yeah.
All right, buddy. I'll see you in class tomorrow, and I hope I know what you got on your test.
I don't know.
All right. Thank you very much. You tell your mom I said hi, and I'll see you later. Okay?
Bye.
Bye. Okay. Tiger from Taiwan. This kid's great. He really is good. Okay. I have to catch up on my comments here. Okay. Let me scroll down. King Chung Sek, do you need your mother to get you up when you return to school in the morning when you are studying? Actually, no. I used my own alarm and it would wake me up and I would prepare myself and get out there and get to school. That was easy. And he asks, are you seriously injured in playing basketball? The injury on one side makes you want to choose the second section. Okay, actually, it was baseball that I hurt myself. I was a pitcher and I had to have surgery on my elbow. So basketball, nope. I played, no problems. Icon says, hello, Tiger. What a savage name. It's awesome. The kid's Tiger Tough. I love that name. I agree with you, Icon. King Chung Sek, do you have a boyfriend or a girl in your school? When you read it, there was no pet. Okay, I did have a girlfriend in school, pretty much all through my high school. And then we broke up before university. What can we do? Sometimes people go in separate paths, but I'm glad we did because now I'm married to the most beautiful, educated woman in the entire world. So that's okay. And then Celia, Tiger is so cute. I can see him now on YouTube at Jing's Learning. Tiger is super cute and super smart. I can verify this. Okay, people, it's time for a 10-minute break. So stay tuned. Keep dropping your comments either here on Zoom or on Instagram, and I'll get back to them ASAP. This has been a great session. I knew it. I knew school life would be successful. Okay, I'll see you guys in 10. All right, people, we are once again live for the 8th edition of Englishing with James. I'm your host, Brandon Loveshire. How's everybody doing today? I am doing tremendous, fabulous. So far, the day's early. You never know. Okay, as everybody knows, or if you're just tuning in, today's subject is school life. We have had many different comments, and we even had a live participant. And once again, we're simulcasting today, people. 3 different platforms: YouTube, Instagram, and good old Facebook. So, having said this, you can come on live on our Zoom, or you can leave your comments on YouTube or on Instagram, and I'll answer to the best of my ability. Hello, Jane Soon. Thank you for joining today. Yeah, I've heard some interesting situations. I've been asked about my personal situation with school, and I want to hear more about your school life, peeps. This is interesting stuff for me. Learning about different cultures is my job. It truly is. Not only do I educate people in English, I learn about their culture at the same time. And that is such a huge privilege. It really is. And speaking of my job, Jing's Learning Center is offering English classes. That's right. Exclusive English classes where we help through conversation. We help with grammar, pronunciation, vocabulary, sentence structure, everything that's involved with the English language. We have great teachers with lots of experience. I am one. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And we're actually accepting new students at this very moment, people. So please improve your English skills through Jing's Learning Center. Because as everybody knows, the English language is absolutely mandatory these days. I mean, whether it be for foreign travel, for your career, just learning a new language, this is very important. English is the universal language, so check us out. Exclusive classes with very experienced teachers. You won't regret it, I promise you. Okay, Jane Soon is saying she graduated in 1978. I was 2. She says she met her ex-husband in high school, and that's the only bad thing she remembers. High school sweetheart was a bad thing. I'm sorry. I'm sure there was good things too. Come on now. Wasn't all bad. Yeah, that's one thing that I can say is I definitely didn't meet my future soulmate in high school. Probably a good thing. Definitely a good thing. Like I said though earlier, King Chung Sek actually asked me if I met or if I had a girlfriend in high school. I did. I think this is pretty common. Didn't work out. That's okay, because I met the woman of my dreams eventually. But okay, what can we do? This is life circumstances, I suppose, huh? Okay, thank you very much for the comment, Jane. I really appreciate this. Okay, yeah. After hearing this, how many of you people met your future wife or husband in high school? This is fairly common in the United States. I have a lot of friends who ended up eventually marrying their girlfriend from school. Some worked out good, some not so much. But okay, this is always a possibility when it comes to school, meeting your significant other. As I said, definitely didn't work out for me, but okay. Each individual situation is different. So, okay, people, it's time for a sip of coffee. What would I do without my coffee? I don't know. I really don't. Okay, we have Tiger coming back so shortly. I'm going to go ahead and give Tiger a shot. And by the way, people, here, this is what I'm going to do for you. If you want to come on Zoom and be on here live to ask your questions, either just strictly with audio or audio and video, you can do this. I'm going to leave the number right now. Bear with me. Okay, 1 second. I'll be right with you, Tiger, I promise. If I can find it. Goodness gracious. Okay. I'm coming back right now. Here's the number on Zoom. Guys, you can come on live just like Tiger is. And we can chat. Okay, I'm going to unmute Tiger. Maybe. Tiger.
Hi.
Are you still here? How's it going, man?
Good. So good. Yeah.
I'm here.
I am listening to the music. I am doing my homework, and I'm still on here, and you are on last second I removed the music.
You didn't like, hold on, you didn't like our music?
No, it's you it's my music. I'm listening to this. Do you want to hear?
Sure. Why not?
I'm listening to this.
Okay.
Oh no.
By the way, music will be a future subject. Definitely.
Music. I'm listening to this.
Okay.
This is not.
Oh no, not this. This is this is okay. This.
I know this. We shared this video during class.
Yeah.
This man has all of this music that you're listening to that Tiger's playing right now. This man uses household items. And now I don't hear it. Where is it, Tiger?
Teacher, what is it again?
Mm-hmm. Everything this man's doing is from household items. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Why do you like 3 and 13?
Oh boy, that was a different subject.
Oh.
That was superstitions. That was 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, why?
Because I do. Those are my numbers. My lucky number is 13. Tiger's bringing up previous episodes. I love 3 and 13. These are my lucky numbers. But that was a different subject. Tiger's lucky number is 14. So everybody knows. Am I right?
Yes.
Was it 14 or 12? 14, right?
14. Yeah. 14.
Okay. 14. I was number 13 every single year that I played baseball. So, and it was really good luck for me because I did okay.
What is on your background?
This is a school.
Yeah.
Classroom. I don't know, just some virtual classroom that we found. I think it's pretty cool. It's colorful. You like it?
Yes.
Would you like to learn in this classroom?
Yeah.
I think it's cool. I like it.
Teacher have many. Teacher, this is very 3D.
It is exactly. This is called
Yeah.
the virtual classroom. Pretty cool, I think. Okay, I have Celia leaving a comment on Instagram, and she's talking about the food in school.
God. Teacher, oh my God.
What do you got?
Teacher, can I press this? Let me think. Oh my god.
Okay, while you're thinking about what to press, do you guys have good school lunches at your school in Taiwan? Or
Yeah.
do you bring your own lunch, or do you eat lunch at school?
We eat my lunch at school.
But do you bring it from home, or do you eat what they have at school?
I'm bringing to the school, teacher.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think I can share screen,
Okay.
teacher, but I cannot now.
It's okay. I love this picture of you with your little raincoat on. It's actually cool.
Teacher, you lock my picture.
It's awesome. I love it.
You locked my picture.
Yeah. Cute little boy in the rain with his little
No,
raincoat.
LOOK, not like. It's lock. LOOK.
Look.
No. Lock.
Lock.
Yeah, lock my picture. I cannot.
Oh, I see. Your picture's locked right now, you mean?
Yeah.
I see. But it's cool though. I mean, I know that it rains a lot in Taiwan, so this is an action photo. It's cute. Listen, my daughter has the same little yellow raincoat, so this is cool. Okay, I'm getting so many different comments on Instagram right now, Tiger. I'm going to let you go so I can answer some of these questions, okay, buddy?
Okay.
Listen, thank you for coming on, and be good. Have fun with your video games.
Okay.
All right? I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, that was Tiger again. This kid is such an English speaker. He really is. I'm sure you guys can tell how great his English vocabulary is. It's deep. It's deep, especially for a 9-year-old. The kid he's an English genius. He really is. Okay, I have comments and I'm going to get to them right now. Let's see. Celia Choi says she remembered. Hold on. Let me scroll back. I suddenly come up with school food. As an Asian in UK, we always crave for rice. This sounds logical. I remember there was curry rice every Wednesday in dining hall, Indian rice with sweet curry. A bit weird, but was already good. At least we had rice. Sure, curry rice is great. Are you kidding me? Anything curry is great. There was a really British afternoon tea on every Saturday. That makes sense. The English love their tea. There's no doubt about it. And our dining hall is like the Harry Potter one. Hope I can share. Oh my God, that's awesome. Basically, the food was awful. I remember the last year I had salad bar every night, cheeses and cream soup and pasta together. Oh, I gained to 140 pounds at last. Pasta? Not good. These are really heavy carbohydrates. How do I know this? I was on the keto diet for about a year. It works, people. Cut the carbs, cut the weight. Simple. But I have to say this, ever since these quarantines and lockdowns, being inside the apartment so much, I've definitely added weight. Yeah, what can we do? When we're inside, we're not moving so much. It's pretty easy to gain weight. I think they call this quarantine weight. One of my students told me, I can't remember exactly. But okay, enough about quarantine and coronavirus. I'm so done with that subject. I talk about it every single day, and every channel on the television is corona. It's important. We have to stay educated on how we can help prevent the spread. But when all you hear is corona this, corona that, it's boring. Boring. Okay. You know what? I didn't discuss this with the boss, but you know what, people? I'm going to ask you to give us a suggestion on subjects. Maybe we'll use it. Maybe we won't. Drop a comment. What would you like to discuss in the coming weeks here on Englishing with Jings? Listen, we're coming back every Sunday. So if you drop us a comment about a new subject that's interesting, we'll use it. I'm pretty sure. So whether you're on, we're simulcasting, whether you're on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, drop a comment. What would you like to discuss in future simulcasts here with Englishing with Jings? I'm curious. Okay, Celia, one night I had Korean kimchi in the dorm's kitchen. Everyone was so disgusted and almost threw up to the smell. I've never tried kimchi. I hear that it's good, but maybe the English British version, not so much. People were almost throwing up. This doesn't sound so pleasant. Whew. Okay. That sounds crazy, Celia. I don't know. I've heard good things about kimchi, so this doesn't sound so enticing. But you know what? I'd still like to try it, but maybe I'd like to try it in Korea. Now, we did have lots of different Asian restaurants around the Chicago area, and we had Korean restaurants, but I never tried the kimchi. Now, I did try Korean barbecue, and oh my God, it's good. It's so good. It's a sweet barbecue. Oh, that's something I miss, Korean barbecue. Probably tough to find here in Europe. I'm willing to bet. I haven't searched, but I'm sure it's tough to find. Thanks for that interesting comment, Celia. I appreciate that. Okay, peeps, we're coming up on 11 a.m. here in Serbia, and that would be 5 p.m. in Asia. And we had a Turkish student on here today too. That would be 12 Turkey time. And it's going to be break time again, 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, we have a 10-minute break, and then we'll continue the show. But like I said, I left the Zoom number on Instagram. Feel free to come on here and talk or send your video. This is your chance to speak to the world about the subject of school life. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. Here's an interesting scenario that I just came up with in my head. Bullying. Now we're talking about the negative aspects of school life. Did you ever get bullied by some physical brute in school? I never had this problem, but I know that it definitely existed in the school system. This is a terrible situation. And this is why a lot of children don't like school. There's always at least one bully that tries to throw their weight around and make you do things that you don't want, or force you to give them your lunch money, or they push your books out of your hands when you're walking down the hall. When I would see this sort of activity in school, it used to make me sick. I personally even stuck up for the kids that were getting bullied in school. That's not right. This is definitely pure anxiety for these children that are being bullied, and can even push them into a bout of depression. So this is crazy. I highly, highly discourage this activity in school. And I think that bullies should be punished to the fullest extent, to be honest. One thing I can say about the American school system is these days you usually have a police officer on site inside the school, inside the main office. So you could be disciplined if you try to be one of these bullies. And I think that's a good thing. Yeah, let's talk about the situation in the United States. Guys, usually there's a police officer at the school to deal with serious situations with students. Also, a lot of schools these days have metal detectors when you enter school. The reason this is there have been situations in the United States where children have brought guns into school. So you have to walk through a metal detector to make sure that you don't have any weapons on you before you walk into school. Yeah, crazy, right? Yeah, I'm old school. Yeah, I'm 43 years old. We didn't have metal detectors when I went to school. It was unheard of to bring weapons into school, but this happens in the US. I know it sounds nuts, but there's been a few situations where there's been school shootings, and this forced every school, not every school, but I would say a majority of schools in the US to install metal detectors at the entrance of the school. So, and this is another reason why there's a police officer at every school inside the building, because we've had some really tragic situations in the US. I know this is unheard of in other countries on different continents around the world. I mean, I don't think I've ever heard of a school shooting in Asia, Europe, South America, Africa, the Arabian Peninsula. This is illogical. But this happens in the United States. I'm sure everybody's fully aware of this, and I'm sure you've seen some video or some publication or article that tells you about these situations. God, I still can't imagine seeing one of my fellow classmates with a firearm at school. That's insane. But unfortunately, in the United States, guns are prevalent, and a lot of people have guns. Actually, it makes me sick, to be honest. For one, I don't think everybody should have guns. And for two, why would you bring them to school? Are you so disturbed with school that you want to bring a weapon into school? This is crazy. And yeah, I'm not even going to talk about this anymore, but this is reality, people. So if you're on here right now and you're listening, have you ever heard of a situation in your country where somebody was caught bringing weapons into school? I don't think so. I think this only happens in the United States. Tragic. I don't know any other way to describe this. Definitely tragic. I haven't heard of any instances in my area from the United States where this happened, but it's definitely happened, and kids have lost their lives inside the school. So we're talking about bullying. Okay. People get bullied in school. They become angry. They become mentally disturbed. They bring a gun to school for revenge. This happens. Crazy. I think there needs to definitely be more strict, stringent gun laws in the United States. I don't know. It's not like everybody's walking around with guns. Of course not. But there's a lot more gun ownership in the United States than any other country in the world. That's for sure. And I'd say 90% of these people are responsible gun owners. They use guns for hunting, for food, target practice, guns for sport, which I still don't agree with, but okay, if there's a purpose, I guess that's acceptable. But there's so many guns on the street, and that's so frightening and so scary, but that's how it is. Some people even take classes and get permitted to carry guns on their person in public, which really frightens me. When you're in the United States, the person standing next to you might have a firearm on them legally. They might have a permit to do so. So, I don't know. Sounds like the wild, wild west to me, but okay, what do I know? All right, people, we're coming close to the top of the hour, and we're going to take another 10-minute break. But like I said, today's subject is school life. We just talked about the horrible part of school life, which is completely Oh, what's the word I'm looking for here? Horrible, just horrid. So let's talk about the positive aspects. What was your favorite subject? Did you have a boyfriend or girlfriend? Are you still with them to this day? Uh, did you go to morning school, afternoon school? I didn't even know there was such a thing until I moved to Europe. Um, what's your fondest memory when you were at your college? So many different situations with school. Um, King Chung Sek asked me, did you wake up in the morning by yourself or did your mother have to wake you up? God, there's so many different things that we can discuss on this matter. So chime in, come on the panel, leave your comment. I have a lot of answers and I'm really curious to learn about the different situations throughout the world. With a major focus on Asia, of course. How is it? I mean, I know right now nobody's in school. Well, at least most countries have canceled school for the remainder of the year, and they won't stop. They won't start back up until September. That's the situation here. That's the situation back in the United States. How is it in Asia? I know Taiwan, where my very brilliant student Tiger lives, they never stopped. It's been just, well, maybe they had a small break for a week or two, but it's been business as usual in Taiwan. School has been pretty much full time, but they're pretty safe. As I stated earlier, they haven't even had one new case of coronavirus in 5 days. So it's pretty safe in Taiwan right now. But okay. All right, peeps, I'm taking 10 minutes once again, and we'll be back. So while I'm away, comment your questions, and I will see you in 10. Okay, peeps, we are back. Simulcasting on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. The 8th edition of Englishing with Jings. We're in the classroom today for all you people that are Zooming, as you can see. We're also in my classroom on Instagram, my actual classroom. As you can see, I'm international. I have students from all around the world. Pretty cool. I've been an ESL teacher for about 1 year now, and it is fascinating. So, having said this, let's talk about school. We still have about 20 minutes left, peeps. I'm so interested to hear about your daily routines when it comes to school. What are your favorite subjects? Maybe some old stories from your high school and college years for all of the adults that are watching, whatever the case may be. Come on the panel, comment your questions, or come on Zoom live and let us know. Do you have really fun teachers? Do you have strict teachers? I remember a few strict teachers. One little embarrassing story about my time in school. I had a history teacher. Actually, his particular class was called Foreign Policy and War. Interesting class. Definitely interesting. Mr. Vondercheck. And one day I was really tired and I fell asleep at my desk. And this man was a Vietnam veteran. He fought in the war. So he really was enthusiastic about teaching this foreign policy and war class. And he had a machine gun, water gun. And if anybody fell asleep in class, he would shoot you with his water gun. So I fell asleep. Not even 1 minute after I fell asleep, I was bombarded by the water rocket. That was embarrassing. All I remember is nodding off and he got me right on the face. The whole class laughed. And he was actually, I shouldn't say he was strict. He was fun actually. But don't fall asleep in we called him Vondo. Don't fall asleep in Vondo's class because you will get wet. He got me all over my face and on my shirt. So I walked to the next class wet. Not cool. And it's funny because if you're spotted in school wet, everybody knows that Vondo got you. So yeah, craziness, pure craziness. I had a lot. Most of my teachers were fun though. They made class not so boring, interesting, and a little bit loose and fun. Didn't have so many strict, mean teachers. In my whole career of being a student, I think I can only really remember a few teachers that I didn't like their class because it was either boring or too strict. So I was very fortunate. I was a little bit comical in class. I remember times where we would disrupt class with jokes or pull pranks while we were in class. And a lot of my teachers, although they thought the pranks or the jokes were funny, they had to still react and make an example out of me in front of the class. So not that I was a troublemaker, but I like to have fun. I'm loose. I was the joking type. So I can still remember I had 3 of my closest friends in class. And every time the teacher would turn their head, we would make an animal sound. This teacher could not figure out where it was coming from because it was coming from different parts of the room. I would make like a sheep noise, and then one of my other friends would make a horse noise. Then one of my other friends would make a pig noise. And when he turned around, we were all, it was really funny. This teacher was fun. So he was laughing. eventually he just didn't turn his back and write anything on the chalkboard after that, because he knew that we would do this. And every time we did this, the entire class was laughing so hard. So I was a little bit goofy in school, but it was fun. I mean, come on, what fun is school if you can't, goof off a little bit? I was never disciplined really for my time in school. My teachers after class, I even told that teacher the next school year, I said, by the way, I was one of those students that was making animal noises. And he said, I knew it was you. And he said it was funny. I mean, every one of these teachers would tell me that my jokes or my pranks were funny, but they would also tell me, you can't disrupt class like that. I mean, we need to learn, we need to focus. And he was right. But okay, this is how my classes are these days when I teach. Now, I'm not making animal noises, but I'm definitely one of those teachers that likes to have fun. I laugh a lot. That's the only way to teach. You have to keep it fun for your students. And that's what we do at Jing's Learning Center. So I'll take advantage of this situation, because at Jing's Learning Center, we offer exclusive English classes where we help perfect your English through conversation. We help with grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, sentence structure, reading, writing, every aspect of the English language. And I welcome you to sign up for classes. We're accepting students right now. So we'll leave a link on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube where you can do this. Come join us. We have teachers with so much experience teaching English, and it would be our pleasure to have you as students. So we're here for you. Not only can you practice on Englishing with Jings every Sunday, but we have actual classes, 45-minute classes, people, and they are so effective. They really are. I've seen so much improvement with our students in such a small amount of time. So keep that in mind. Okay. Oh, we're almost to the conclusion of our show. We only have a little over 10 minutes left, people. It's been a pleasure. It's been a great subject. We've had lots of interaction. I would say this has been one of our more successful shows so far. And it's all because of you. Thank you so much. We really appreciate this. It's so nice to speak to people from around the world and hear about their experiences, whatever the subject matter may be. So, okay, I have somebody on my Zoom panel asking, did I ever contact any of my teachers after graduation? Not directly, but there's been times where I've been out in public and I've seen my old teachers, and I'll tell you what, it's always been a positive experience. Like, they want to hug me and ask me how I've been and tell me how grown up I look. Yeah, I've definitely seen quite a few of my teachers in public. So this is cool. I would really love to tell them about my experience now, as far as moving across the seas to a different continent. I think that would be interesting for them. But okay, I won't see them until I return, probably. If I ever see them again, who knows? Some of my teachers are still teaching. I mean, I'm 43, so it's been 26 or 25 years since I was in high school. And they're still teaching, probably close to retirement by now, I should imagine. But I have cousins that go to the same school, and they talk about the same teachers that we had when I went there. So they're still there. Goodness gracious, that's a long time to be teaching, but you know what? They have passion for it. They love teaching. This is what they were made to be, teachers. Now, me personally, I never expected to be a teacher. I have a particular situation, as I just mentioned, moving to a new continent, and I had to find employment in a foreign land. It wasn't so easy for me to find employment in Serbia. I'm a student, just like every one of the people that I speak to on a daily basis with a new language, the Serbian language, and I'm still pretty basic. So it would be nearly impossible for me to find a job in this country. And I'm not a full-blown citizen yet. So I had to look elsewhere for employment. I went online, I did some research. A lot of my friends back in the States told me I should practice. I should teach English. And I was a little bit leery about this suggestion, but I did my research. And I found some ESL platforms, and I applied and I was hired immediately. And I'll tell you what, I think that I was meant to be a teacher. I truly love it. My students are fabulous. I can honestly say, and this isn't, I'm not trying to, boost the situation in any manner, but I truly believe that my students are the best students in the world. I treasure my time with them. I really do. And it's my honor to help them improve their English. And I feel so successful doing so. When I see the improvement, it makes me feel like I'm the richest man in the world. It really does. And I definitely recognize improvement every single class that we have. So bravo to my students. You guys rock, as we say back in the US. Okay, people, we're still simulcasting. That's a new word for today, simulcasting. This means we're broadcasting on multiple platforms: YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. And it looks like we're almost ready to end our, only 20 seconds left. Instagram has ended. Okay, we're going to leave that be. We're going to be strictly on Zoom, which means Facebook and YouTube. Okay, 5 minutes remaining, people. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do live on Instagram for the last 5 minutes. Why not? Let's do this. And we are now live on Instagram once again, for a short time, of course, 5 minutes, but okay. It's still an opportunity. If you guys come at 11:29 my time, I'm not going to just give up. We'll still talk. School, such an important matter. Such an important matter. School is mandatory. We have no choice. We have to go to school. Education and knowledge is king. Goodness gracious, school can be boring, but school is so important. I wasn't exactly in love with school, but I was good at it. So you have to take advantage of your opportunities in life. And if you can excel in school, you can excel in life. It's simple. One of our panelists earlier on in the show, Icon from Turkey, said the best part of school was when it ended. I agree with this, but I also agree that it opened up a new chapter in life that was more difficult. So I had mixed feelings about this. Like I said, when I tossed my cap in the air at graduation, I was happy to end a really long era of school, but I knew that I was starting a new chapter, which meant big responsibilities. And this is the real world. The real world can be a very cruel place, can be difficult. I was fortunate. I excelled in, well, far be it from me to sit here and say that I excelled in life, but I think that I've been successful thus far. This isn't the case with everybody, but when school's over, it's time to grow up. There's no doubt. School's important, but real life is more important. And if you fail in school, chances are you'll fail in real life. So choose your subjects wisely, study hard, definitely pay full attention in college. This is so important. I know so many people that only graduated from high school and they didn't continue school. They went right into some work career. And most of them aren't happy and don't make enough money. Some do, don't get me wrong, but most of them do not. They really wish they would have taken advantage and went to a local college or a major university and, continued their education and made some really great career. But this isn't the case with everybody. So I suggest that you pay attention, study hard, get good grades and marks, continue into college, keep the momentum, and you will be successful in life. Definitely. And make sure you choose a subject that you truly love, something that you will be happy doing for the rest of your life. I can't stress this enough. So important, people. Okay, 2 minutes remaining. This means I won't see you for 7 more days until we have the 9th edition of Englishing with Jings. And I'm willing to bet that it's going to be some super fun subject like it is every week, people. Even if you're just watching this video on YouTube, on a future date, I mentioned earlier in the show, if you have any suggestions for future subjects, drop a comment, whether it be on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. We're open to suggestions. Oh, trust me, we have plenty of material, but it's nice to hear what the people want. So if you have any ideas, feel free to drop a comment. I'm sure the boss will review these, and it's possible that we may use this material. We're not going anywhere. We're going to keep this show going forever, just so you know. I just wish it was nicer outside today. It's chilly. And it's been raining for the last 2 days. So I think we'll be indoors today mostly. Too much of that lately. Okay, people, we are coming to the conclusion. Once again, this was the 8th edition of Englishing with Jings. Our subject matter was school life. We had a lot of great participation. I want to thank each and every individual who came on the show today and shared their stories and commented. We really appreciate this participation. I want to wish everybody a great week ahead. And it's been my pleasure to be your host, Brandon Lobbshire. So people, keep practicing your English, and we'll see you next week. Thank you so much, and have a great week once again. Ciao.